everybody. Welcome to Virtual Fun Family Fixens. Those of you joining us for the first time, I am Mrs. Meg, the librarian over at Lackawanna Library. And for the month of June, on the menu, this is peach iced tea inspired by the famous drink served at the Olive Garden. So, for that, I have a few things to say. Number one, the first and foremost ingredient that you'll need is obviously tea. And you want to use a black tea for this recipe. So this is the red rose teas, the fine teas. You can get this at pretty much any grocery store. Tops, Wegmans, Market in the Square, any grocery store will have them. And then for this recipe, you want to use about maybe 4 to 5 tea bags for this because you are going to be making a lot of it. This recipe does call for a full pitcher of it. And you also will be wanting the most flavor from it. So if it's not dark in color, that's okay. That's kind of what we want here. So first step is you take the strings off the tea bags, drop them in a pitcher, and you want to cover it with hot water. You can either heat it up in a kettle or you can do it in the microwave and pour it in. And so for this one, I did that step already, and this is what I got. This is 5 bags of tea. It's a little bit hot right now, but that's good. That's okay. If it's a little bit hot, you definitely do want it to cool off, but if it's still a little bit hot, that's okay. And to quicken the cooling process, definitely stick it in either the fridge or the freezer. So, but if you're doing the freezer, don't leave it in for too long, otherwise it'll turn rock solid. So with that, that's the first step. Now the next step is if you want your tea sweetened, the natural juices from the peach will sweeten the tea, but if you want it a little bit sweet, I would suggest maybe doing no more than 1/4 cup of sugar. You don't want this tea too sweet because, like I said, the natural juices from the peaches will sweeten this tea. Or if you're like me who is cutting back on sugar, this stuff is basically a miracle. This is liquid stevia, and you can get this I got this at the Nature's Market at Wegmans, and it's actually derived from the natural stevia plant, which is naturally sweet. There's no added sugars, there's no added derivatives, any preservatives, anything like that. It's just the natural sweetness coming from the plants, which means it's 0 calories. 0 calories, so it's wonderful. So I would say no more than a drop of stevia because it is really, really sweet. So the main ingredient I'm going to put in are the peaches. These are the frozen peaches. So with this, now for this tea, especially if it's filled the way that it is, you don't want to pour it all in because otherwise tea will be splashing everywhere. And we're going to have a big mess, especially hot liquid you don't want to mess around with. So this one, I'm going to spoon some in, and I'm going to gently put them in. You can use as many as you want. About, I would say, probably maybe about 1 cup of peaches, either fresh or frozen. But if you want more of the flavor, definitely add some more to your desired taste. Probably think a few more here. Like that. Perfect. Okay, a couple more. Give it a good stir if you want to. And this is a straining spoon that you can get, straining spoon that you can get at Bed Bath & Beyond. Just one little one, perfect. Bed Bath & Beyond, Wegmans. Okay, give this one a good stir. Perfect. And then one more ingredient we're going to add. More water. So open up a bottle of water. Just pour it in till it's slightly close to the spout here. So not a lot. Don't want a lot here. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to give this a good stir. And there you have it. This is pretty much it as far as the iced tea goes. Look at this. You see the peaches swirling there? Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah, perfect. So you want the natural juices from the peaches to steep into the tea. Because for tea, the longer it sits, the more flavor it has with it. So, normally for this, if you want it cold, you definitely put it in either the fridge or the freezer. If you're doing it in the refrigerator, do it for at least probably 2.5, 3 hours, so you get, or to your desired temperature, cool temperature. You want it really cold, go longer. Freezer, I would probably keep it like in minutes, because because this is a hot liquid, it will turn solid very quickly. So I would probably say no more than 20 minutes, give or take. But again, because everybody's freezer and appliances and refrigerators at different temperatures, so definitely do it to your desired preference and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. Perfect. And there you have it. This is your peach iced tea. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some in my glass here. Oh, look at this color. I'm loving this color right now. And then I'm going to cool it off a little bit by putting some cold water in it. Perfect. And then if you want to garnish with a couple peaches you have on the side, go for it. Put some ice in it, go for it. So let's go ahead and give this a little taste. This hasn't been sitting for very long, but oh my gosh, the flavor that it has. So, a couple of things I do want to announce. I have some good news and I have some bad news. I'm going to start with the bad news, get it done and over with. This is the very last episode of Fun Family Fixens. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, making the program what it is. I could not be more grateful from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of myself, our wonderful director, Jennifer Johnston, everybody over at the Lackawanna Library, I do want to thank you all for tuning in and joining us here on our Facebook page and YouTube channel and our Instagram page. But I never deliver bad news without some good news to back it up. The cooking demo will return to the Lackawanna Library live in person on Wednesday night, July 21st at 6 o'clock p.m. It's going to be a fun outside event, grilling inspired recipes. You definitely don't want to miss it. So we are back to in-house programming here at the Lackawanna Library, and I could not be more excited. And we'll definitely film so we can put it on our social media pages as well. So definitely stay tuned. And then coming up this Friday will be the last virtual cooking demo episode. We're going to do grilled Caesar salad and brownie batter ice cream. So you don't want to miss that. Definitely tune in this Friday at 6 o'clock p.m. right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And, you know, from all of us here at the Lackawanna Library, on behalf of myself and everybody, we just want to say thank you for tuning in and basically supporting us through this difficult time. And I could not be more excited that things are lifting and we're getting back to normal. So thank you guys all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and cheers.